birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah Louise. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Yay! How old are you, Sarah Louise? Good job. Right on. And this is Sarah Louise's birthday cake. That is a cake.
Yes, it is. You made it? Oh, hey.
And she was playing Boo with Uncle Josh.
Sorry. Is there a plate? I got one.
We're getting a plate. That's for Michael Williams.
Okay. What am I going to do?
I have no idea how to
I
cook
just
this.
told Michelle to take the kale and the potatoes, and I'll just rinse out the plate.
You want to see the purple, guys? Guys, you want to see the purple?
It's good stuff.
You want to see the purple, guys?
Were you going to go through
You
all
want
these?
to see the purple? Yummy.
Oh,
wants
that
to show
looks
you the
good.
Oh wow!
You want to get our fork?
Welcome to the stream. I very rarely put my heart out on my sleeve in public like that, so I'm probably going to be deleting this stream after it's done because anyways, that was a video that I posted for friends and family, dedicating yesterday to the passing of my brother and other people that I've loved and lost. So here we are today. Today I am going to be playing World of Warcraft. My brother and we played World of Warcraft quite fervorishly. We started playing in Wrath of the Lich King, and both of us, we both agreed, was the greatest. It was the greatest expansion out there. My brother did put some high time and energy into Pandaria. It was for Mount. And since his passing, I've kind of steered away from World of Warcraft quite a bit. But I'm going to revisit it today. I love you, my brother, and I miss you. Yeah, I'm going to play my Death Knight. That was the character. Wrath of the Lich King was my favorite expansion of all time. Still is. There was so much beautiful content in that game, and a lot of it that I wasn't able to actually be a part of because I was so new to the game. I didn't understand anything about it. And I, in essence, got my chance to accept a couple of friends into this game and learned all I could. And now only one of them plays still. So I could grind, but I'm thinking I'm going to play a little bit of PvP, see where that gets me. This is tough because before my brother passed away, he was going to start playing again. He had the time card in his pocket, and when he was going to be home that night, he never made it home. When he was going to be home that night, he was going to put in the time card and start playing World of Warcraft again. I don't even know what to do right now. I don't know what I'm doing here. How do I summon the stalwart? No steward. I have no idea what I'm doing. Apparently it's in the right area, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
What do you seek? It is a pleasure to serve.
There we go. That's out of the way. And there we go. Is that better? I can't tell. Oh, right. Let's go like this so you guys can actually see. I have no idea where the steward is. No clue. There is something that way. I don't think that's a steward. I think that's actually. Maybe let's read the quest a little bit more. Stewards are useful for many reasons. They keep Bastion tidy, fix any broken and offer failed companionship, and your new steward assistant should be able to repair the beacon. Then you can summon the pull mark to Hero's Rest. So how do I summon the steward? Is there a button? I don't see a button. I have no clue. There's nothing glowing, so it's nothing here. There's the anvil. Craftsman.
Do you require assistance?
Yes, where's the steward?
Go in service.
All right, I will.
I hope some of these can be of use.
So far, it is not. Flight Master. Summon this. Oh, is this the steward?
Need sustenance? Bandages? Red cloth?
No clue. Oh well, we gotta.
I'm out of range.
Out of range of what? I didn't click on anything. No idea what's happening. Well, here we go. Now we get to find out exactly what we're in for. I like that guy's armor. What is he? Warrior? Nice. That looks cool. Oh, what the hell? Okay, no thank you. Okay, let me make sure I know. I see my spells. I don't know my spells very well. Okay. Got 2 healers.
It's too far away.
Well, that obviously is a healer. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. There it is. Oh, you got to be kidding me. No. Who the hell is whispering me? Nobody. Oh, blummy bloomin' time that they decided to get in there.
It's too far away.
I have no idea who. Looks like I'm not the only noob here. Come on. Do as I want, not as I'm doing. Jesus. I keep losing my my button track here, and I can't get my mashing proper. No, wrong way. Why doesn't that work, man? Why? I don't understand what's going on with my spell here. Why I don't have it? Like, why? I don't see it here, so it's not like it's. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's right here. Why isn't it working then? Try to put up an anti-magic zone so that I can do some damage to a healer, but it's not proccing. Jesus. Everybody's playing today. I am so rusty on my PvP with my Death Knight because, well, I don't play. Oh, the whole team came. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Try again. I'm starting to remember why I stopped playing this game. Starting to remember why I stopped playing this game. Aside from the fact that you can't figure out how to do the fucking quests. It's fucking stupid. There's supposed to be a button.
How do you do? My pleasure.
For what purpose do you like the beacon, aspirants?
Polymarch, we have urgent news for the Archon.
You are the ones from the Temple of Purity. Very well, then. I am the Archon's will. Find your purity.
Finally, an audience with the Archon. We shall meet you there, my friend.
The Paragons have already assembled and await the Archon's arrival. It would be wise for you to listen until asked to speak.
Hey.
Such an audience is a rare
Yeah,
honor.
World of Warcraft was actually my inauguration into MMORPGs. Before World of Warcraft, I only really played like Counter-Strike, Left 4 Dead, and then console games. So World of Warcraft really opened me up to like player creation, questing, a whole lot of like really solo games or gaming. Kind of ruined me for team games, but yeah, thank you. My brother, he passed away last year, last night at around 11:10 p.m. It was a harrowing experience because he had some problems and obvious heart problems that happened. And he died of an aortic dissection, which is the same thing that killed John Ritter. But while he was in the hospital and he was getting it, checked out and tests being done, he was anxious the entire time, and all he wanted to do was get out of there.
Her memory
sworn herself to the Maw. Lysonia, I never knew darkness lurked within
It was rough because when I called him, it was in the afternoon, and you know, he was telling me about how much he just wanted to get out of there, go home.
This is dire news for Symphony. But the Archon has turned.
And they weren't allowing him to leave because the testing wasn't finished. They wanted to keep him overnight, but he didn't want to stay, and he died in the parking lot. But I spoke with him. Yeah, thank you. I spoke with him for about 4.5 hours. I talked to him. I may have talked to him for a couple of hours. I had to leave for a couple, or I think he had to leave, and then he called me back, and we spoke for another couple of hours before, you know, the charge nurse finally gave him the ability to leave. So he hung up the call, and he was going to give me a call the next day when I found out in the middle of the night. By chance, my phone pang with the notification that my friend made a comment on one of my mother's posts, and I looked at the post, and all it said was, "Why do all the worst things happen in the middle of the night when there's no one to talk to?" I called my mom, and she told me that my brother had passed away. That he passed away in the parking lot, and a police officer came to give her the news that he had passed.
Good. The Temple of Loyalty's ward is active. The Kyrian, meditating on their duty to Bastion and
So,
the Archon, are safe.
Peculiar. The ward of purity is disabled. This is surely
as soon
the forsworn to
as soon as we found out that my brother passed away, my family and we started packing up, and we headed on the road with no money in our pocket. Nothing but the tank of gas in our gas tank, and about 12 hours of road to travel on.
That is quite the relief.
But with help and provision,
The Forsworn will triumph over the Archon.
we made it. That was a year ago. Year ago today, actually. 1 year ago exactly to the minute, we were just entering in my hometown where my mom was. And we were just about ready to go up the stairs to comfort my mom. Almost to the exact minute right now. He loved this game. And he was coming back. In the conversation that we had, he told me that he had a World of Warcraft time card in his pocket, and that he was going to apply it to his account and start playing again. When I came home, after burying my brother, I had a real hard time coming back to this game, because all I could see was everywhere that my brother would be playing right now, and that never going to happen again. And it was hard. I think I left this game alone for three months, quarter of a year. I didn't play this game, touch it. I couldn't look at it. Thank you for your condolences. I appreciate it. Final Fantasy Online is actually another game that I was kind of thinking about playing. But right now, I don't really have the ability to purchase any more games. Like this subscription, I'm surprised it hasn't expired. I must have had like a year subscription or something like that bought. Yeah, it does. Thank you. Nice. Let's see here. This guy's coming up. Nope. He's just going to be content in attacking somebody else. We only have one. I don't have a ghoul, do I? No! I do have a ghoul. Well, all right then. What is this? We're in the head. We're in the lead. All right, cool. I can't remember. Do we get point? Yeah, we do get points for actually standing in the circle too. Okay. Yeah. I remember. Can't remember. Oh, I did get a piece of gear actually. Is this better? It is better. Well then. What about this one? Nope. Definitely not better. That's okay. Go invisible, man. It's been consistent, you know. Um the substance of the game is nice. Like it has a lot of let's see if I can get oh cool. You got one. It has a lot of I don't know what to call it. really. It doesn't seem whimsical, like whimsical. Like I couldn't get into Diablo 3 because it seemed very paper to me. Like it really it seemed like origami, if it makes sense. It just didn't have a lot backing it up, and it felt very it didn't seem very thought through. That was kind of the thing. Um, and then when I saw Elder Scrolls, like it was a huge game. Everybody loved it. But I saw the graphics of Elder Scrolls, and I it just brought me back to Diablo 3, and I was like, I can't get into Diablo 3, but World of Warcraft as cartoonish and animated as it has always been, um it made it very satisfying, a very satisfying gameplay, and that's kind of what I enjoyed about it. And it really seems to be a very pensive man's or pensive person's game, I guess. And that's a drawing point, like with a proper execution, you can. This one ours. Yes, it is. And there's somebody. Yeah. I hope that was okay. Um, we're not even going to be able to bring this card in. We're going to win. um, that's kind of where I really fell in love with New World, the Amazon game that's coming up. The open beta is going to be happening on September 9th. So if you want to give it a shot, I very highly recommend it because it was the very first MMORPG that I was completely satisfied with playing the closed beta. It was the only MMORPG that I was completely satisfied playing after playing World of Warcraft. Give me a second, I'll be right back. WoW Classic was amazing. The gameplay was as hard as it was at the start, with updated graphics, of course. I think, but I'm kind of waiting for Wrath of the Lich King. When Wrath of the Lich King comes out, then I'm probably not going to play retail anymore. I'm just going to stay in Wrath of the Lich King forever because I loved it so much. It was so much fun. Oh, it is. No, I highly recommend trying out the open beta. I think that they might even have like a sale going on as soon as people start joining up the open beta, that they'll put a discount on the game itself because it was just such an epic game. It was beautiful. All right, I'll be right back.
I am glad to see I am not yet alone. The Maldraxi attacked without warning.
It's I'm back. Yeah, New World would be quite honestly the only game that I would like fully put my word behind. Like there's games out there that I love playing and they are addicting for me to play, to say none the least. Like PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a game that I find fun, even though I get very frustrated with it very, very quickly. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because it's such a dying game. And I was playing it. I think it was like 2 days ago. I was playing the game where one of my teammates had told me that a lot of the influencers have stopped playing the game. And that's kind of big, you know? Like if a game loses its biggest crowd for whatever reason, then that's going to impact the game quite a lot. Unfortunately, I got banned from Twitch for whatever reason. I don't understand why, and I was never told why. They just kind of like told me, "No, we're not going to tell you why, but you're banned anyways." What am I trying to say here? Oh, right. So I don't have the ability to see what kind of influencers don't play PUBG, Fortnite. Yeah. Nice. Give me a second here. Kid. Children. Well, that's a great way to play with you, isn't it? Everybody wants to play with somebody. That was pretty fucking cool, wasn't it? This one. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, there's something here.
I have sheared off a portion of their anima. It will heal your wounds if you approach.
Okay. There's a bunch of them over there. What are they fighting?
Quickly.
Oh, they're invading. I don't need your attention. I need to kill things. Okay. A hulking warflesh. That sounds cool. I don't know what that is, but it's normally not good to stand in it, whatever it would be. Oh, did I not? I'll tell you some of the reasons why I like New World. The biggest reason was there's no, you see the bottom taskbar that I have on the bottom of my screen here, all the spells that I have to memorize and learn and work with. New World doesn't have that. It has like a set number of spells and abilities. It doesn't have an escalating bar. So, based on how you want to play, it's very simple, very easy to grasp the concept of what you need to do other than learn how to play your character. That's the number one thing that I loved about the game. The number two thing that I loved about the game was that you didn't have to create new characters to explore the game. Like World of Warcraft, you can only have one Death Knight or one class, one race, one everything. And aside from that, two professions, as many side professions as you'd like. But aside from that, if you wanted to try another class, another profession, you'd have to ditch the profession that you have to be able to learn a new profession or create a whole new character completely 100% with a new class. So you'd have your login screen, you'd pick the character that you'd want to play, and then you'd play. There's none of that. You can learn every profession. You can learn every weapon style, every magic style with one character. So all you'd have to do is just like keep your weapons inside your backpack or your storage container and swap out your gear. There's and I know Sutor tried to do something kind of progressive like that with their swap out the modifications inside your armor. But they didn't do it quite as well as Amazon Games did. I hear that Amazon is trying to restrict people from broadcasting the game. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to take a look into it and see if I can be included in one of the streamers. I don't know. But I'm going to try to stream the game when it comes out. Not when it comes out, but in the open beta, because the open beta is a lot of fun. Or the closed beta was a lot of fun. So I can only imagine that I could expect the exact same from an open beta. I'm trying to defeat this guy before my battleground invite goes away. I'm probably going to have to fight him when I get out of this battleground again. But that's okay. All right. So I'm slowly starting to remember how to play my game. I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. There we go. I would never have gotten this mount if it wasn't for my brother. It was only on one card, and it was done by a specific manufacturer who openly admitted that they put in subpar video RAM into their cards, but the card itself was powerful enough that it didn't really need anything until Amazon came out with the game. And then it was so hard on the video RAM that it did roast. What was it? I think it was the EVGA 3090 Super FTW3 card. Yes, and it did fry the VRAM. And it did it in such a way that people they were helpless. So what had happened was people who had that one specific card would all of a sudden their game would freeze, and they could not control their computer. They would have to completely shut it down, and then when it rebooted, they would try out a few. Like some people said that they tried out up to 3 games that they had in their library before they trusted to boot up New World again. But it was that second time that they booted up the game New World that fried the GPU, and it made it unusable. So EVGA, normally a wonderful company, an incredible manufacturer of cards, had an amazing track record. They dropped the ball on that one, and Amazon just put out a game that was just too heavy for EVGA to really be compatible with, I guess. Yeah. It was pretty rough. Oh no. See, my my friend, Triple X Sinister Triple X, that's his Twitch handle. He has an EVGA card. The EVGA 2080 Ti, and he's had like no problems with it really. It was a really, really great card. It is a really, really great card. He's had no troubles with it. But it's interesting to hear that that you had an EVGA card that kind of did the same thing. It's gonna make me very wary about buying anything from EVGA, I think. Nice. They're winning, but I think that's because nobody's pushing. No. I think I killed myself that time. I thought that was karma that he had. I didn't quite. True. I don't know. I don't push my cards very rough. I should do a video of some of the cards that I have, or the whatchamacallit. No. No. Why is that not working? I don't understand. Maybe I have to place it there again. It lit up, so I don't understand why it's not working. I'm going to place it there again just to see. I got nothing on this game right now. I use the XFX RX 5700 XT. So that's comparable to like the 1080. I think it was when I took a look at it. Wasn't as comparable to the 1080 Ti as it lacked in a few areas. But the XFX model, it was not one of the more expensive cards. Like when I bought the card, it was like 500 bucks. So it was really affordable. I don't know what the hell that guy does to kill me so quickly. So my card is actually like really, really dependable. Like, I mean, I have had no issues with it as far as I can remember. But then again, I like super fanned out. I think I got 1, 2. I got 7, 8. I got 9 fans in my system. So I do quite a bit to keep my card cool, my system cool. Come on, what the hell? Oh my god. Oh, I got that guy before the other ones killed me. Who the hell is whispering me? Absolutely nobody. Oh, there was a paladin healing him. Son of a... All right.
Keep your wits about you. Our enemy has no honor.
I do. Although there's a lot of how do I call it? A lot of concept builds that I'm really in love with. Like one of the concept builds that I remember seeing was a build where it was a very small form factor. It barely had enough room for like any hard drive. No, I don't think it had room for a hard drive. You had to have the M.2. Oh boy. All right. You had to have the M.2. You had to only reserve yourself for one card. So there was no stacking cards. You had to have the card that you wanted in there, otherwise it wouldn't fit. And it had, I don't even the founder editions, like the long cards, like I think like my card is like 10 inches. So obviously it needs room, right? I'll be right back. Hang on. This is kind of my breakfast. I haven't eaten today. All right. All right. We're queued up. And what do I have to do? I don't even know. Yes. That's exactly where I saw it. Um, Linus Tech Tips is like absolutely one of my most favorite YouTube channels to watch. And that was a concept build that I saw. Fell in love with it. I thought it was the coolest thing. And I was determined to find a better case for a small form factor build like that. And at the very least, like, build a case. Like, I saw a couple of posts. A couple of posts of people who kind of submitted their own builds. And they were really kind of cool ideas. Like, I'm one who I don't keep the panels onto my system, mainly because I like to clean my system frequently, and I find it a lot easier to do that when I actually have an open system instead of having like a closed case. I like to keep mine open. And some people say it's stupid, and it could be right. But I like it. It's a lot more satisfying, I guess, for me, or encourage. No, what's the word I'm thinking about? It's a lot more. Yeah, I can understand that. They were really cool. I like the idea of form fitting your PC into a small space, and yeah. But there were definitely not a lot. There was not a lot of room for anything there. You had to have a specific amount of space to carry what you wanted, and there was no airflow, so water cooling was definitely a must kind of thing. But it's I've never been one to really subscribe to the norm. So people with like my case was a very closed case, but it was cheap, which is why I went for it. Like, I got my case for $20. And as far as I could tell, the only thing that was wrong with the case was it was missing a foot and some standoffs. And that was easy to replace. $20 was good enough for me. But it had a clear front panel, and an enclosed side panel. Hmm. Yeah, I could. How much time do I have? 40 seconds. I might be able to do it actually. Let's see if I can get it out real quickly. Okay. Gonna browse for the source. See if I can find it. I think I have it on my computer. I honestly can't remember. Maybe not. No, I don't. Okay. Ooh, look at this. I'll take that. Actually, that is one. Let me see here. No. I do like that build. Yeah, I'll do that one. Come on. Oh, you got to be kidding me. No. There, that's the key I'm looking for. Why doesn't that open up anymore? Why doesn't that work? I need to know. I need to know. And I'm dead. I saw that, but I think. Oh, right. That's what I was doing. Give me a quick second here. Okay, so that's my PC right now. So it has a ton of fans in it, and aside from the dusting that I do inside my PC every now and then, it has no side panels. How in the hell is this guy healing? Oh. Yeah, it has like 9 fans on it. I even put some like the fans in the back are actually CPU coolers. They're old CPU coolers from like systems and finds that I found in like secondhand stores and stuff like that. But the fans are one of the things that I actually use to keep the dust out of the system. Like that's how I utilize like how not to collect dust. Well, I returned a couple of them. I think the highest temp that I've gotten so far was actually playing New World. And that was in the 70s and 80s. No, 79. I'm pretty sure that the highest temp I've gotten so far was 79. I'm not gonna like I have the capability to overclock my CPU. I have the 10600 the i5 10600K. So I can overclock I think quite a bit. And then the graphics card the 5700 XT is overclockable as well. But I don't. I'd rather play within my means and then just like push my system to the absolute worst. Can't really do too much about that battleground. It was just look at that.
Keep your wits about you. Our enemy has no honor.
Okay. I am not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do from here. Oh, I see. Okay. There's something here.
You speak to the hand.
Ah, I see.
Anima powers all things in Bastion, even the mighty Colossi.
Well, that's
This will help it retain its charge.
the plan. I do want to actually kind of do this for a living. I have a terrible, terrible people person. And I mean that in the way that I don't do well in crowds. I'm kind of the guy who sits back and kind of watches the show when I'm at a party kind of thing. So I don't get out there, and I my comfort zone is definitely my house. And in the last couple of years, streaming has actually grown into a big passion of mine. Cultivating a show like when I play FPS games, this is going to be one of the one of the scenes that I like that I'll play, and then this is my intermission scene that I've developed, and then I've also this is just a regular gaming screen that I have, and then obviously the Be Right Back screen that I have as well. Well, then the Be Right Back scene as well. I don't think I have a mic on that screen at all. I think it's just I set it up to play some of my royalty-free music that I have. And then video editing kind of goes hand in hand with streaming. And that's kind of what I'm working on now. I just like, what was it? 2 years ago, I bought a video editor, and when I lost my, well, I didn't lose my stream PC, but I got a new motherboard and just swapped over, got a new like 8 terabyte hard drive. So I upgraded quite a bit, and I lost the editor for about a year and a half. I haven't had it. So I just reacquired it again because it required that I had to reference the download on the website, and through that download I was able to re-download the video editor that I had, and then reapply my security key to that editor so that I had my software back again. So in the last 3 days, I've been really exploring my video editor again, and it's been a lot of fun. I've had like a lot of great fun. My first project, however, first of all, was oh no, it's not up here anymore because I took it down. It was a song by Mite, Heartbeat. And I cropped a video from Wonder Woman Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman in her first solo appearance as Wonder Woman, and it was the walk across no man's land, along with the Battle of Veld, and it was so exciting to put that piece together. I was so happy with it. Thank you. So I've been very, very happy having oh no. I've been very happy having my my video editor back again. and it's been a lot of fun. Like I had so much fun doing that Wonder Woman video that when I was finally finished with that video, I was so happy. I posted it everywhere I could. I posted it on my Instagram. I posted it. I was so happy with it. I even like followed Gal Gadot and I tagged her in the post along with the because it's on my YouTube channel. I put the link of the YouTube video on there as well, so that if Gal Gadot ever looked at my little DM, then she'd be able to be like, "Oh, well, this is kind of cute," and she could watch the entire video. So that was the very first project that I actually completed with my video editor when I first got it back, and I was so happy with that. It was so fun to do. The second I started playing PUBG, because the very first video that I did when I got my video editor was this PUBG video. So very grainy, very, there was it was back when I had my PC and I just bought it, and it was $1,800. It was about 3 years ago, three and a half, 4 years ago. It had an RX 580. No, RX 560, 1 terabyte of hard drive that was refurbished, a refurbished i7 8700 CPU, the IPCFL SC Alienware motherboard, and that was the best thing that my computer had, was a motherboard. It had a 430-watt power supply. Let's see here. What else did it have? It was just terrible. This was back when the 1080 Ti was the best graphics card you could get. So the 560, the RX 560 was, it wasn't even, it was a Dell graphics card. It had the board, and then on the board, on the CPU on the board, the on the graphics card, it had almost like a CPU cooler, and that was it. And it worked well, but it was very scraping at the bottom of the barrel PC that you could possibly get. And then yeah, the whole it was such an underwhelming experience having that PC, and that I spent $1,800 for that computer.
We shall all meet at the Shattered Stone once our work is done. Loud and clear. I will just move the Colossus somehow.
Okay, I'm supposed to move it? I don't know.
Resistance is ill-advised.
Why am I not? Nice. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, the 1080 Ti's, they were like, even now the 1080 Ti's are still very comparable GPUs to have. Like there's nothing about the 1080 Ti that makes it very under appreciated even till today. If you have a 1080 Ti in your system, you can still game at like 4K resolution, I do believe, and not have to worry about your system overheating or crashing or playing without, like, you could pretty much play everything with kind of ultra graphics comparably. Like, you'd probably have to take out your shadow cache a little bit and change some of the other visual effects so that your 1080 Ti can really keep up with things. But it is very much still a very legitimate card to have. I still, I a part of me still kind of wants to have a 1080 Ti just so that I could say I had one. It doesn't make sense to take an old card when the new cards are actually cheaper than, like, if you try to go for a 1080 Ti, you can get like one for maybe $500. Yeah, yeah. The 1080 Ti's are still very much available to consumers. The 3000 series cards are definitely top of the rung. Like, I love Radeon, AMD, but the I love them because their prices were very low. Like, you could get a decent card for almost half the price as an Nvidia card at one point in time. And then somewhere along the lines, they just, I don't know, they lost track of it because the Nvidia cards, for the price and the power that you have, is just not comparable to what Nvidia or AMD has put out. Like, their cards are nice. The RX 5900 XT is a really nice card, but you can get like a 3080 Ti for just about as much, and you get just about more performance out of it. And then that's not even the bottom. That's not even the highest that you can go. You can go up one more level for a couple $100 more and get the 3090. So, I mean, I loved AMD for what they did for the price bracket of these cards, but they just can't compete right now. And even with their other cards, the 3060 compared to the 55, what was it, the 6600 XT, there was just no competition. The 3060 outperformed the 6600, and it just didn't stack up. Yeah, they are. I'd be very interested to find out what they put, because obviously they're gonna definitely make something that's gonna be compatible with their CPUs, just like AMD has their CPUs. Intel's definitely gonna try to corner the market there, and Nvidia might be twisting in the wind. Like, Nvidia's gonna have to, like, price drop a little bit, and that'll be good. Why do I keep? There we go. What the heck is this? House of the Herald Corpses? Is this it? Okay. For the Intel cards? I didn't know that they were out yet. I haven't been like normally I get my card info from Google. I'll open up the Google app on my phone and I'll like read some of the top stories. And I haven't done that for about a week. So have they come out with the names already? Oh, nice. Like Paladin. Oh yeah. I think I remember hearing that somewhere. Like they called one the like Paladin, and like the more competition that there are for these cards, I think the better. The better for us anyways, because price comparison and the competitive pricing will definitely make things much more affordable for people, especially coming into this new age of gaming. Like the 2010s of gaming was great. You came out with like such great games like Warhammer, and like Warhammer really impacted the gaming community with the graphics that they pulled out. Like I can see like New Worlds obviously sampled a lot from Warhammer because a lot of the graphics were quite similar. Kind of forgot where I was going with that. Oh right. But the 2020, like the 2020s of the gaming community is starting to prove quite extensive on not only just what kind of graphics are going to come, but exactly what kind of volume of graphic volume, I guess you could say, is required to be able to play a game. And the first time that I noticed that was with the game Outlaws of the Old West, and that was back when it was still a very viable game. Outlaws of the Old West was just a beautiful game, and it had a one world concept. So, like with this game, you have a one world concept, but it is very distracted with having to port, having to open different worlds in order to access the same and different content on the same world. So yeah, it is the same world concept, but it's you broken up into sections. And that was where Outlaws of the Old West was very pinnacle. And I really enjoyed the game. It was a beautiful game because of the weapons that they brought to the table, and it was the other game that I actually would have put my name behind. I would have been like, Outlaws of the Old West is one of the greatest games that is out there right now because you were able to do things. They just needed to open up a lot more content. They had a PvP aspect to the game, but they didn't have content. So you were really relegated between building, PvPing, and very light PvE. Like here, if you wanted to go PvE, you can go out and kill a bunch of things and just have a good time. But in Outlaws of the Old West, it's all about exploration. It would take you literally about 16 hours to traverse the entire map one time. And I mean, in other games such as like oh, what was it called? What was that game called again? Something Sky, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. That was even quintupled because it. No, more than that. It was like you take Outlaws of the Old West and you multiply it by about 50, and you had the entire map of No Man's Sky. It would take you like a week to travel just to the center of the galaxy. Yeah. No Man's Sky is a beautiful game. I couldn't get into it, but I have a Steam friend, and I met him in Outlaws of the Old West actually, and he gifted me No Man's Sky, and I played it for like about half an hour before I gave it back to him. And I told him honestly, I was like, dude, I love the game. It looks amazing, but I think I wouldn't play it as much as I would need to be able to appreciate the amount of money that you're putting into this to gift this game to me. So I was like, have it back. You could sell it and or get your money back for it before you have to actually absolutely keep it. 'Cause it was an incredible experience, and it continues to be. But I mean, like that's kind of the aspect of where games are going nowadays. Like they're going into the era where it's not just about quality. It's now expanding on the quantity of the quality that they are bringing to the table. So games like New World are coming out there, and they have this entire one person map, but they have so much content built inside the game that is very graphical heavy. Um, Other games like Rust is another game that is getting into that expanse as well. Like I mean, you could play a couple of maps that are very low. What is that called? Like the 2K maps are very low and very low graphically demanding maps and stuff like that. But if you get into those bigger servers where there's like 50 to 200 people on the server and they're just running around creating mayhem and then you start to come into a lot of very graphical heavy components to the game. Good and Evil 2. I'll take a look at that. Nice.
Now that is how you take care of business. He has gone towards the Paragon.
Oh man, I love the PS2. The PS2 and the PS3 were like two of the greatest consoles ever built. Like it had a lot of the PS4 was just kind of like a minor upgrade to the PS3 in my opinion. Some of the graphics and some of the performance that you got from the PS3 was very well updated in the PS4, and it was kind of that leveling up with some a lot of the graphics, a lot of the speeds. It was brought into, I think, the fully getting away with the hard copy of games and really into the subscription packs and stuff like that. I haven't even seen a PS5 yet, so I don't know anything about the PS5. But the PS2 and the PS5, the PS2 brought forward a lot of the amazing games like Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo, I think, is a game that they should bring back with a vengeance. Like, they should put as much effort into bringing out a new Gran Turismo as they did developing the game in the first place. Because Gran Turismo was just amazing, and that was PS2. And then PS3. The reason why I loved PS3 was for one game alone, and I think that was Heavenly Sword. The gameplay and the graphics and the cinematics in Heavenly Sword were just amazing, just incredible. The storyline was amazing as well. I love that kind of stuff. Oh, big time, yeah. Like, I think what would be an amazing thing is, if I don't know if they've done it yet, but they should, is take the content from all the PlayStations and spend the time on the games to upgrade everything, upgrade the graphics, because nobody would love it more than the original, fans of the PlayStation series. Even Xbox should do this. Then the people who fell in love with those games to begin with. And I think that that's where the game should go. They should like not put so much interest into creating new content, but revitalizing some of the old content, because I think that would be like just incredible. Like, to take a look at those Gran Turismos and play them again, just with upgraded graphics, and have the same amazing soundtracks. That would be unparalleled.
Not while I stand against you.
And I don't really need to go very far to prove my fact, other than, World of Warcraft right here. Like, they just re-released the old content that they had, and they had a huge surge in players who came back to play World of Warcraft, because they were able to revisit all the old content with revitalized graphics as they did before. Like, I walked into Stormwind and there was as much crowds in Stormwind as there were when I remembered when I first started playing the game. And the graphics looked amazing.
Outsider, we need to get out of here.
The Paragon can stand on her own until you gather reinforcements.
Artemidi will report to the Archon. We must return to Ouroboros and inform them of Maldraxxus' treachery.
That only lasted a very short time, but like, I would definitely buy like a PS5 if that happened to some of the games that I wanted to revisit again. I'd love to play a PS5 with the same soundtrack to Gran Turismo and stuff like that.
I will meet you there. Stay safe.
Did my brother send you? Do you have need of my blade?
try the dungeon finder here. No, you're not acting properly. In a way that would make me proud. Agreed. Yeah, PS2 Gran Turismo was just amazing. There's a lot of things that were just incredible. What was it? Dreamcast? I think it was Dreamcast. Was it Sony Dreamcast? No, Sony PlayStation. Sega Dreamcast, wasn't it? Sega Dreamcast came out with that game Taxi, and that was an amazing game. And the the console itself was also incredible. Like the performance on the Sega Dreamcast was so quick. It was so fast. I think you were able to play DVDs, and I don't know about Blu-rays. I think it was only DVDs that they played. I never had one. My friend actually had one, and he played a game Taxi on there, but it was so responsive, and it was such an amazing experience that I kind of thought, wow, this could really go somewhere. And then that was the only console they came out with. Yeah, like I kind of wanted to see where that was going to go, but they never brought it past that one single system. I think honestly, if you find a Sega Dreamcast and keep it in mint condition, that thing's going to be worth money in the future. Just as a collector item. Crazy Taxi, yeah, that one. It was such a cool game. Here we go. Crazy Taxi. The gameplay was so unencumbered. It was fun. It was even fun to watch. Crazy Taxi was so much fun to watch. But I remember the Sega Dreamcast when it came out. I think we watched because I was going to what was Malaspina University College at the time, now a Vancouver Island University, and taking Chinese. I was learning Mandarin, and my classmates were the ones who had the console. And that was when Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon just came out. And when it came out on when it came out to purchase, we bought a copy of the movie, and we all had a big huge movie night. Watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon for the first time. Wow. Yeah, that was a good idea. Bringing some of the old fun content to mobile was a good idea. I think it was. an idea they can expound upon. And where I think mobile games should go and where mobile should go in general is really push towards turning your devices into computers. Razer had a really great idea, a really great concept that they should have kept. In all honesty, they should have kept the dream to having a laptop device that you plugged your mobile device into as a graphics driver or a graphics booster. And then you would have yourself a gaming laptop that had its own trackpad, and built in the trackpad it had another CPU, another GPU that would be a comparable system to the best systems out there, because your mobile device would continually be upgraded into the system itself. Oops, I'm incapacitated. I'm not sure what's happening here. Oh, I'm incapacitated again. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's great. There we go. Let's bring this guy back into the fray. Oh, I can't. Yeah, the casual gamer. But that's where this that's where this market is lacking a lot. Like right now the systems, well, I guess I think that was a great idea though. And I mean, where I think that idea was killed was with the mobile keyboards for the tablet, and then the phone started the phones started adopting that idea quite a lot. Having a portable keyboard that would convert your mobile device or your tablet into a kind of a laptop style. That's where that idea kind of left. Right. Okay, give me a second here. Hey. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. gotta. Oh, did we bite off more than we could chew? I don't know. I may have. Thank you. Yay, I got him. Yeah, a lot more games are doing that, actually, I found. Yeah.
Necromancer, Thanatos will be avenged.
Are you so eager to share your underling's fate? Your vaunted courage will be
Oh,
able to
beard. That'd be interesting to find out what kind of content you get for free.
You have already lost.
Vile monster!
There we go. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we, oh, no, it didn't work. Okay. Oh, crap. Cloud gaming. How so? Like, I don't know if I cloud game too much. Do I? Like with consoles? I'm trying to wrap my mind around. Uh-oh. The pet brought everybody anyways. Oh, right. Yeah, Nvidia already does that. Like they have it's not very good though, I find. Like I tried it out once. obviously, because my PC's kind of really sucked up until now. The wait times are horrible. You had to pay a subscription if you wanted to up your wait time, and that wasn't even great either. Like the wait time, even for subscription service, you would be put first in line, but you would have to wait. So it was a good idea, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Platforms like Epic Games and Steam, Blizzard, all these platforms that, they sell their games on their own platforms, I think are going to remain intact. Cloud gaming, I think, is a good idea, but they don't. And then when you did get it, like, they did not deliver the advertised promise. The graphics on the engines that I was playing on, they were really watered down. Compared to even, like, I think that at the time that I played the game, the 2080 was in the 2080 Ti, and I was still working with the RX 580. So I was like, I want to experience ray tracing, and this would be a great way to experience it. The graphics on my 580 were better than what I saw on the NVIDIA cloud streaming service. It was so bad. But it is, yeah. I don't want to be that guy that says, yeah, crap on this, crap on that. I want, the cloud gaming idea was a good idea, but they just need to expound on it quite a bit more, I feel. And until they start doing that, then I don't think it's going to take over anything in a great detail. People who have the money will always buy computers, and they will always have things that will perform so that they can buy the games that they want to play and enjoy it. Like, what am I working at right here? Let's see here. System, right? Graphics. Like, I'm on a decent amount of graphics delivery here. I'm playing at 4K, mostly high. It's not a bad experience for me, but that's kind of what I want out of my system. I want something that will perform the way I want it, not to what I can get. Yes, and that's what I was exactly what I was going to bring up. I want to know that my things are mine, right? It's the reason why I didn't go and get like a Spotify account when it came out. Was because I was buying all my music. I was like, they can't take that away from me. It's my music. Whereas if I don't buy my subscription to Spotify, then I lose all my music, and that's not fair. That's how it felt at the time. It's not the way it is. Spotify will let you access your music at any time. You just have to listen to advertisements. So it's kind of like listening to the radio. But it's exactly that reason why I don't really want a cloud service as well, is because I want to know that what's mine is mine. whether it be my system or my games. I'd like to play my games, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't really get into Scum over the weekend, is because it was a really cool game and stuff like that, and unfortunately, Sinister Triple X didn't want to play it, but I knew that any of the effort that I put into the game was going to be gone after the weekend was done, and I was like, no, I don't really want to. It was fun to try out, but if I have to let go of my character after the week or buy it, then I'll just wait till I buy it to enjoy the full game. It's true. Like with the induction of VR gaming, it is very true. Pretty soon people will not have to, because I mean, with an open community with that's already online anyways, to put a middleman in between that is kind of it's kind of, what's the word I'm thinking of? It just puts too much out there, really, to put a middleman in between, like what could be made much simply by like having the online community go online to play their games. And that's a concept that's already starting to emerge with a lot of the what online game web gaming, there you go, with a lot of the web gaming that's out there already. Like I haven't played it yet, but I've downloaded one already, based on World War One, I believe. Can't remember what it's called. Nope. Did I delete it? I haven't played it, and I kind of wasn't too sure if I wanted to play it anyways. But I may have deleted it off my system because I couldn't see myself playing it anytime soon. But it was a really neat idea. Enlisted. Sorry. I think I may have killed my team here. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, the last game that I had that was like that was Outlaws of the Old West. So I really hope they finish it then. Well, I think that's kind of like to just like that the hard copies of games are rarely being bought right nowadays. I think that's just the nature of the beast. I think pretty soon it's going to come to the point where the only things that are bought are going to be like food. Everything else is going to be kind of like delivered or grocery store or restaurant services and stuff like that are going to be all they're all going to be the only thing that people go out for really. I don't know. I think it's just the nature of the beast. Everything seems to be going online. Minority Report, I believe, in my opinion, has the best representation of what's going to happen in the near future. Yeah, trying to find trying to find that game on my on my desktop. It wiped the group. True. Again, I believe just is just like the nature of the beast. Um it's going to come it is going to come to the point where, we're all going to be lined up and we're all going to be into colonies and the way that this world is kind of churning out the way it is, which a lot of capitalists are really fearing to be socialist and communist. I don't think oops, I missed. I don't think there's really too much to fear anyways. Like, I mean, every turn of every age, every eon that changes, new heavens and new hells are created, and we keep living. Nothing has damned us yet. You know, come to the end of the age, our son's gonna. Um, that's not going to happen for quite a while, though. I believe. When it comes to the point that our freedoms are going to be encroached upon to the extent that we're no longer free to have our own. I don't think that's going to be for like hundreds of years. Certain aspects of that might come out, but it'll be a slow, gradual process. And by the time it happens, I believe that the society as a whole will be ready for it. And technology will be right there with it. Technology is ever advancing, and by the time that happens, that complete 100% cloud service, then society and technology will be available for that thing to happen. My opinion is a very unpopular one, though. But I try not to worry about it. I mean, in my opinion, the world is only getting to be a better place, honestly. I mean, I live in Canada, and Canada has progressively become a better place to live very, very regularly. I mean, the women's rights are not quite where I want them to be, but compared to other areas of the world where women's rights are not as respected and protected as they are here, Canada is a very progressive world, and it keeps getting better. And what makes it even better is that Canada, like my country, keeps making the world better by its involvement in the world. And I think that's a very good embellishment to have, to be able to say that this world is only getting better because of the changes made with the people. I think is a very proud action. Like, I mean, Canada's not the only place that does that as well. Like, there's progressiveness throughout the entire world. Norway, Germany, all of Denmark, New Zealand is starting to make leaps and bounds to freedom as well. And now I don't want to say freedom. I want to say equality. And there's places in the world that are always going to exist where equality is never not going to be quite as bound as, and there's always going to be people who are going to be happy to live in those places. Like, I don't think there's not a person in the world who is not proud of their native country. I had a friend from Tajikistan, and she was so proud to be I don't even know what she called herself. She was so proud to be Tajik that she frequently repped her Tajikistan pride. Living here in Canada during the Olympics, we were watching the Olympics, and she was rooting for all the countries that were closer to Tajikistan. I'm like, you live here in Canada. What do you do? Yeah, it's true. There's so many variables in the universe that technology may eventually come to an end. And I don't know. I try not to worry about it too much. We are already very dependent. it can turn around. I mean, revitalization, I think, will always happen somewhere. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, especially using platforms like TikTok, where they use it to, where they use like TikTok to educate. I think that'll happen everywhere. And that's going to be important for, civilization, the evolution of civilization. And I think that's going to be just an incredible thing to keep this world free. Like the education to healthcare. Oop. There we go. Will always make this place a better place to live. And that's, something I always look forward to. The biggest thing in my world is to try to always keep hope alive and try to always keep like the good positive virtues alive rather than rely heavily upon like the negative aspects of life. Like nobody wants to live in fear for the rest of their life, and that's what I believe is happening here in Canada. It's progressively working its way towards reconciliation between social stratification. It's happening slowly, but it's happening, and I mean it's happening so slow that a lot of people kind of lose, not lose, I guess they despair. The growing desperation of, the corruption and things like that are happening all over the place is very discouraging to some people. But in my opinion, there's so many things that are happening out there that just make this world better and better for the good, and I think that's incredible. I mean, I have friends who are social workers, but I do believe social work can be can can be elevated. I have friends who are RCMP, which is the policing force here in Canada. But I do believe that it can be worked upon to make sure and ensure that people are safe within their rights. I have people who are conservative. I have family who's conservative actually, and that's much alike the popular Republican force from the United States. And it's very 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 much like that aspect, the conservative party. And where I stand in my precipice is that I think a careful moderation along with progression is where mankind needs to go. Yeah. Yes. Mankind. Well, I think that's kind of the marriage between, the feminine and the masculine. You get a masculine persona and they will try to delegate everything. You get a feminine persona and you get you get a very independent. And I think that's kind of where the world today has it very mixed up. and I believe the world had evolved from, like in the Egyptian times, 5,000 years ago. Yeah, the man was the head of a household, but you see it in time after time where women, kind of really, really gave the direction of men, not mankind, whereas men gave the direction of mankind. And you see it quite frequently, like you see it in all over the place, in like the religions. You also see it in the mythologies, especially in the mythologies. Zeus is just kind of sitting there, lazy duck, and then Hera's out there doing all this, very, very progressive work, and same with Archimedes. And we went from there to having man emulate the feminine, and they want to progress with the feminine, but they ended up actually kind of mucking it up, and that's kind of where we are right now, where men is thinking that they need to self-motivate, and that's kind of what the birth of capitalism was. Whereas, we're kind of taking that job away from women, and well, not women, feminine. And femininity is very self-motivated. It's funny. I was actually, what was it, a couple years back, I was talking to somebody, and he made the very poignant statement of, you don't have to teach a woman to clean. And I remember who it was. Actually, it was a friend of mine. We started up elevated roofing together in Vancouver, BC, and I helped him start up his company. He ran it for a couple of years, and now he's retired. But he said it. He's like, I think it was in defense, because he had hired a woman. She was a prior, I can't remember what she was. She was either a stripper or a prostitute. She's super funny though. Holy crap, she was hilarious. But they were having a conversation, her and him together, and he made it a point to say that I always hire women on my staff because they will do a more thorough job than any man. And he made a couple of points, and he ended off on the point that you never have to teach a woman how to clean. You don't have to teach a woman how to clean, because she will instinctively, and these are his words, she will instinctively clean on her own. And he went on to say that the most clean men are often taught how to be clean, and you have to teach men how to be cleanly. And it kind of reverberated with me. I was like, it's so true. You go to the army, men come out of the army cleaner men than they were put in. You come out of school, and you get a very good, secure family and home life, where both parents teach the kids how to be clean, and are clean themselves. You come out with clean children, clean boys. But boys who are more freedom within that respect and regard go into the army. They come out cleaner, like tidy, more tidier than when they went in. Beds made, clothes folded, all of that kind of regard. And I think that's kind of where where our society today has it kind of a little bit backwards. Like they've lowered the standard on femininity because they believe that masculinity has replaced femininity. And I don't, that's kind of where I'm not a feminist. But I do believe that half the life is lived by the feminine and half the life is lived by masculine. We need to be equal in that regard. Anyways. So yeah, dependency and being hand-fed is very much needed in today's society, because That's where the masculine role has brought us. The masculine role emulating the feminine role and being self motivated to do stuff has really brought us to this capitalist empire that we're in. Yeah. Having to put out a motivator to get people to stop being lazy. Anyways, I'm gonna call it um I'm gonna call it here. I got to 7:30, so I got to start making um schedule changes because the new scholarly year is coming up, and I got to start winding down and start. But hey, I really do encourage you to go and take a look at New World. Um, there's a lot of YouTube videos out there right now. I haven't published any of my own because all my content is gone. It went with my Twitch account. I had all that content on Twitch and I kept meaning to download some of it and make like videos and stuff like that, but it didn't happen. And now I can't get any of that content back. Sad, but c'est la vie. So did I. I was, coming from yesterday, I was very internal and I was very I came into the stream kind of like wanting to focus on something other than just kind of like vegging out the way that I normally do. And yeah, thanks for coming out. Thanks for sparking up a conversation, and it was I love the conversation. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, September 9th. What is that, next week? Next week, Tuesday? Is it? Let me check. September 9th it opens, and I think it opens up at midnight. Because that's when it closed. The closed beta shut down at midnight, and then the open beta, I believe, is probably going to follow suit. I can't find my calendar. So the closed beta is going to open up. There we go. I think this is it. About midnight. I'm going to take a look into that, though, and find out a little bit more. But the open beta is going to be exciting. Like, there's so many people who were looking forward to the game opening up August 28th, and that passed by like a couple days ago. I remember on the closed beta close, they announced that August 28th it was going to be launched, and it was so incredible thinking that, oh crap, hopefully they do an open beta between now and then they prolonged the the launch to September 28th. I can't remember when. September 28th. I was like, no. I was so upset. I was like, oh my god, it was hard enough waiting a full month to play the game again, and now they were going to force us to wait another month. So I'm like super excited that they're going to be coming out with an open beta. There's a lot of things that I'm gonna hopefully see. Like, one of the biggest things that I like, if they're gonna do an open beta, it's definitely gonna attract a lot more attention. So I hope that they're gonna implement more servers. I think they are, because they brought in more servers on the closed beta. Like, when I opened up the closed beta, they started out with 12, and then they put in like, I think, 8 more servers in the middle of the closed beta, and that was really cool. So I mean, if they do an open beta, I hope they have a lot more servers, because the the population of each server is gonna be pretty grotesque. And I mean, not yucky, but like really a lot. I can't find my calendar. There we go. So yeah, no, next week Thursday. So next week Thursday, the closed beta is going to open, and yeah, keep your eye open. You know, see when the announced start is going to be. In fact, I'm going to do that as soon as I log off here. But I really appreciate that, man. You really, I kind of came in a little bit of a dark place, and thank you. I appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna log off though, and yeah, I hope to see you again. We'll talk to you soon.